Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel is over. We've all read the message on, I think it was Twitter, that they announced it not being available anymore somewhere later this year. The game, personally, I really liked. Or I like Konami or the people that buy their IP to use it for something other than Yu-Gi-Oh! I really like Yu-Gi-Oh! But I also like other games that use the IP of Yu-Gi-Oh! Personally, I wish the game wouldn't die, but I also can kind of understand why it is dying. Because not only I have some problems with the game itself, but also other people have the game have those problems. Of course, the number one reason why the game is dying is because it doesn't earn enough money, right? Because if it would, it wouldn't die. So that isn't it. But what makes it the game makes less money? Personally, we do not have the financials, but we can pick apart some things that a lot of people say about the game or around the game. First of all, the game is a pain to play on phone. My phone is like a $100 phone, so I'm not able to play it. When I want to play it, it just lags. Maybe it crashes. It only crashed one time for me, and it takes too much space for me. Of course, I have a $100 phone, so that's the case very very fast. So yeah. Number two, it is a gacha game, right? So that means that money is king. So if you are willing to pay the money, then there is a higher chance for you to be faster on top. But the people also on top also pay higher money. So it is like you have to pay more money. And of course, it isn't always about money, right? Because you also have to make some smart decisions and think about them. So it isn't always about the money, but people with with that pay the money rank up higher and win very more often because they have way better, stronger cards with stronger abilities that do way, way more. Number three, this is just, I think, a personal peeve of mine, but I also have it with must do. And I feel that the money that you pay is not worth the things that you get. For instance, must do. In must do, you paid $80 for not just not enough of 50 packs. And I believe that to be crazy. Why do I have to pay $80 to get not even 50 packs? And in those 50 packs, you don't even get a guaranteed SR or UR. That's crazy to me. In Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross Duel, it is the case that you pay, if I'm not mistaken, I've written it right in front of me, so let me read. For $80, you get, I think, 10,000 crystals. Yes, 10,000 crystals. That's the payable option that you have for when you pay. You can get that currency, or you have some free currency like blue crystals. And if you buy that bundle with $80, you also get 1,000 blue crystals. So that's like free stuff that you can gather from the game. In those 10,000 crystals that you get, that means you can have 8 pools. And in one pool are 15 cards, or 30 cards. Sorry. And in those 30 cards, it's a low chance that you get one UR or an SR. The chances are very, very small. So $80 for 10 pools that maybe contain 4, maybe 3 URs, that doesn't feel like worth it to me. Maybe maybe I don't feel it because I'm not in that gacha game sphere, and maybe I'm a little bit of a cheapskate. Most of my money is just put away, and I only use like money for travel or my girlfriend. So you know, maybe because I'm not in that sphere, $80 for me it doesn't seem a lot, but maybe it is a lot, right? But I just can't know because I don't know the game. But what I am is a Yu-Gi-Oh player. And because I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh player, I know kind of Yu-Gi-Oh prices. Because for $80, I can buy a whole box of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Of course, it is 24 packs, but those packs that contain money, right? I can sell those cards. I can get a triple tactic trust for like, I don't know, maybe 60 to $80 that I can sell. It's, of course, it's a maybe, but there's just way more for me to spend the $80 on that box, to spend the $80 on Master Duel for 50 packs for something I can maybe don't do anything with. or Cross Duel that I will never ever do anything about. And as last, there are way better games that you can play out there than Cross Duel. Cross Duel is just for a kind of a niche-ish player, and because people also have to spend money on other games, Cross Duel has their own way that they want to live, so that they have to share the space with games like Genshin Impact. The Supercell games like Clash Royale is still big. Clash of Clans is still big. Clash of Clans have 500 million players. It's crazy to me. If it's not more at this point, of course. So those are kind of gacha-ish games that you also need players of, or all those players are going towards that. And I don't think Yu-Gi-Oh! IP is a really good gacha IP, in my opinion. And that's not also it. They also have to share space with the other gacha game called, I don't know, Duel Links. Maybe you've heard of it, or maybe you don't. But that's also something, right? Because you are a Yu-Gi-Oh! Player, sharing gacha games, the gacha game sphere with your other game, which is way different, but kind of the same as normal Yu-Gi-Oh! But it just those things just don't match, and especially when you have a beautiful IP and you want to use that IP that I really love, it's very hard to pull people from that. But since the game is dying, well, yes, and it is shutting down, I really want to say the game isn't bad, right? Because I like a lot about the game. Cool. Because come on, the first thing, the game looks beautiful. You can say whatever you want, but I really like how the game looks. How you get the cards, the music. The music sounds cool to me. It sounds amazing. It isn't the best, but come on, I come from Duelist of the Roses music, okay? So that's very, very hard to beat. But it's still well done music. And I really love the gameplay. Of course, I'm gonna praise it again. I love that they're using their IP for something else and they're trying something new. How you are playing against four other people that both are with each other and against each other at some points. They're trying to get that card in the middle as fast as possible, so you have some text for that. But when you use those texts, you have less cards in your hand, so it's or less resources. So you hope that the card that you get is good. And there's still something at the sides. You can still put them to defense. They have different abilities. You can say all these things that I just said are just games that I really things that I really like about the game. It is amazing. I just really love it when they are expanding their IP. Like I said, I'm gonna say it again, maybe one more time in this video. I like games such as Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses, Yu-Gi-Oh! I think it's called Capsule Monsters is one. Yu-Gi-Oh! The Falsebound Kingdom for the GameCube. Those are very, very beautiful games with beautiful IPs, with beautiful music, with awesome gameplay. Even Yu-Gi-Oh! Bam for the people that remember on Facebook, that was an amazing game for me. Those IPs, using them is just amazing. And you also have games like from the Game Boy Color days or Game Boy Advance, I think, games like Rechef or Destruction and the Sacred Cards. Those are Yu-Gi-Oh games, but not Yu-Gi-Oh games, like, because they were a little bit different, but in the space of Yu-Gi-Oh. And all those games were perceived very well for what I heard. I have never heard anybody that says that game was a bad game. Maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! Bam, because Yu-Gi-Oh! Bam is just specific. It's a bit different, but those games are just amazing. Personally, I just hope that in the future they keep making those kinds of games again. Those games are amazing. These kinds of games are amazing for me, and personally, I enjoy them. But the problem is a lot of companies. But in this day and age, people don't want. Companies want to make money using the gacha form because those are people that if you can grab and hold onto them, you can make a lot of money about of those people. But what I really want to see is things like this, games like Yu-Gi-Oh! Tag Duel, right? I want to play Capsule Monsters again. Games like Duelist of the Roses. Those are amazing. They keep in people's minds. They are amazing. People, whenever I hear people talk about them, they talk about them greatly. Of course, there are flaws in the games. Like Capsule Monsters is it's a very slow game, but those are still amazing games. But maybe this is just my nostalgia speaking, and maybe these games aren't that great, right? That is possible. It's all possible. And maybe I'm wrong in a lot of things. But I really hope Konami takes maybe the time to make games like this, and hopefully they don't expect too much money out of them. Of course, you need some money to make, right? Because you put resources in, you can't just bleed money like Amazon does with their free Twitch Prime. But it's still something, right? Thank you all for watching, and if there's anything that you didn't like about the video or you think that should be added, comment them down below, and let people know about things. I also would like to know that if you watched the video, what did you like about the game if you played it, and if you didn't play it, what did you not make made you play the game? I think that's all interesting, and I want to wish you all thank you for watching. Have a nice day.